Hey everyone, welcome to the Bodds. Today the kids and I are going to show you how to make the most incredible little donuts. One of our local shops sells them, they're in a little pack, and some of them are glazing on. We're just going to do cinnamon and sugar as a topping. They are so easy to make, but they're absolutely delicious, aren't they, Jeeps?
Yes, they are.
And Dom, what do you think?
Very yummy.
They're very yummy. All that you're going to need is full cream yogurt, the plain one, some self-raising flour. If you don't have self-raising flour, you can use some baking powder. Alright guys, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to run through the basic ingredients. Jubilee's going to show us the first two. So the first things that we're going to use, Jubes, are?
Flour and baking powder.
Right, so we put about, if you don't have self-raising flour, you can put about a teaspoon of baking powder in. I'm not going to give you exact quantities here, guys. You can, I'll show you the consistency of the dough that you need to get out. And Dommy, what have you got there, you big guy? And if the dough is a little bit thick, we can add a little bit of milk if we need to, hey?
Yeah.
Awesome. So, the other thing that you've got to have happening at the moment is if you go across to the stove, you'll see we have got a pot of oil on there. It's just sunflower oil, a brand new pot of or bottle of sunflower oil that we're going to use to deep fry the donuts, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add our yogurt into our flour and baking powder mixture. Julie, would you get me a bit of a fork, my baby?
Oh yeah.
Alright, so then we're just going to kind of mix that up. Dom, I think we're going to need that milk we spoke about. Would you mind getting me some milk?
Yeah.
Thanks, big guy. Right, so now we put some milk in. Let's just see what happens. The important thing to remember before we start all of this, Jubes, is what?
To wash your hands.
There we go, wash your hands. Right, this looks a little bit too runny now, so what we can do now, and this is why I told you guys, you can play around with this dough until the mixture's right. This dough you can actually use to make anything. You can make pizza dough with it. So you pop a little bit more flour in, and Dom, you give that a good mix for us. Right, Jubes, will you get me the clear jug?
Clear jug.
How's it going, Dom?
Good.
Right, Jubes, so have you found the clear jug?
Got it.
Next we need a plastic bag. You know, like a jiffy bag or one of those kind of things. This is how easy this is, guys. The oil is almost on full heat over here. And then we'll move across and show you how we're going to do this. How's that going, big guy? That looks great. Right, as soon as Jubes finds a plastic bag. So, if you have a look, this is the kind of consistency you need this dough to be. It's not quite runny, but it's not quite so stiff that you can roll pizzas out of it. If you want to do that, you just add a little bit more flour.
Sticky.
It's very sticky now, hey? Right, so what Julie has done, she has taken the plastic bag and just put it on the inside of the jug. And what you're going to do now is get a tablespoon. Dom, will you get me a big spoon, please? And you're kind of going to take this and put it into the jug. Dom's just going to help me do this, and we will... Right, Jude, do you want to come and help Dom do this?
Okay.
How's it going, guys? Are we winning here?
Yep.
Are we filling this little bag up?
Yep.
Awesome.
You can see it's a lot.
Good job. Keep it going, hey? We've got to get that whole thing full. Let me get the fork out your way there, and you guys keep going. Done.
Yep.
Alright, so now the kids have filled this up. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to pull the bag out. We're going to get some scissors, cut off the corner, and follow me to the pot. Right, so what we've done now, if you come down here with me, we've got the oil on the stove. The kids have filled this bag. You kind of tie knots in it. And then what we're going to do is we are going to cut the corner off the bag. We're going to wait for that oil to be hot enough. Once the oil is hot enough, you literally, I'm going to try and show you if I can. You cut a small piece of the corner off, and right, you get a pair of kitchen scissors which are clean. I just want to double check. Where's the wooden spoon? Pass me a wooden spoon, baby. So if you want to check if oil is hot enough, right, the wooden spoon is bubbling. The handle is bubbling in the oil, so you know the oil is hot enough to use. Right, as soon as you've done that, you take your dough, you squeeze it out, and you cut. And you cut. You can hear a little bit of a plopping sound, and you cut. And you cut. So I'm going to just do 4 there. The donuts are busy frying. I'm literally going to just start cutting off some more. You'll hear them plopping. They will sink to the bottom, and then the baking powder will help them to float up to the top. But you literally cut them off. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to get a spoon that's got a bit of give in it, and you mix them down and mix them around. And you mix them around until they are golden brown. So that's what you're kind of looking for. You mix them around until they're golden brown. And you can hear them frying nicely. Did it round, Jubes?
That round.
Right, Jubes and Dom, what we're going to do now is we're going to show you people what we're going to do with these donuts when we're done. So Jubilee and Dom have mixed up cinnamon and sugar. And Dom's got a white bowl next to that where he's going to put the donuts in once they're completed. All right. What happens, you can mix up a glazing and then put them on a grill and a rack. Last time we did a vanilla glazing and we did a chocolate glazing, but today we're just going to keep it simple and we're just going to make them cinnamon. There you can see the donuts on the stove. They're cooking quite nicely in the oil, and we're going to take them straight from that and put them in a paper towel lined bowl. And after that, Jubilee and Dom will be doing the cinnamon and sugar. Right, so I'm just going to be adding a few more to the oil. You can see how simple it is. You literally squeeze a bit and just cut it off. Once you're done with that, they kind of come out. This one's got like a bit of an extra appendage. My hands are clean. Like I've said, the first thing you do before you get into the kitchen is wash your hands. And that's kind of how they come out. Crispy on the outside, light and fluffy on the inside. I've got this next batch going over here. And I think the kids have started with the cinnamon and sugar. How's it going over there? Good. Those are looking good. You guys, what's the first thing we do in the kitchen?
Wash our hands.
And what do we do all the time? We
Disinfect.
and
Sanitize.
yes. And there you can still see how they are frying in the oil. And I've moved the next lot across to the paper towel bowl. And Jubes and Dom are waiting to put the cinnamon and the sugar on. Dom's doing a little countdown there. And he's rolling them nicely into the cinnamon and sugar. Obviously he's washed his hands. And then they go into the bowl ready to eat. And they're a great little bite-sized snack for a cup of coffee, or it's not something that you eat too often. Right, so we're almost done here in the Bodds kitchen. We're having a bit of fun. The kids are dancing and messing around behind me. They are busy cinnamoning and sugaring. And yeah, we'll show you the finished product in a couple of minutes. We're almost done. This is probably going to make, I don't know, how many donuts, Jubes? How many have you got?
2.
She's just counting there really slowly.
18 so far.
So we've got another 12 here in the pot, and we can probably make about another 6 or 7. So you saw how many or how much of the ingredients we used. I told you I didn't give you exact amounts. It's just going to be some guessing, and just go with your gut, and you'll see what the consistency of the mixture needs to look like. Chat you later. Guys, 2 stunning little tubs of donuts. I don't know how many exactly are there, probably 24 or so. Just let me give you a bit of a reminder. We used flour. If you don't have self-raising flour, you can use normal flour with baking powder as well. Plain full cream yogurt, the plain one. It can be the Greek one. It can be just normal plain plain yogurt. You can add a bit of milk if you need to, if you've made the mixture a little bit too thick. You get a pot of oil going, get that nice and hot, and take your mixture, put it into a bag, you cut the corner. If you've got a piping bag, you can use that as well, and you literally cut little snips of the dough off. It'll sink to the bottom, rise to the top, fluff out, and then you can put cinnamon and sugar on, or you can put your own kind of glazing on a rack, let the glaze pour through and run through. And that's pretty much it. It's as easy as that. We don't make these too often, but when you do, they're a great little bite-sized snack. Thank you so much for joining us on the Bodds. Please don't forget to
Like, share,
and subscribe.